their digital engagement, and their well-being. Once again, please join me in congratulating Professor Catherine Gomes.
Professor Gomes, would you like to offer some brief comments?
Oh, thank you so much, Yatao and Tony, for those lovely words. I'm very touched. Before I speak more, I would like to acknowledge the Wurrung people whose unceded lands I very graciously accept this award. I'm very humbled and honored to receive this, in part because I think the STAR network is such a fabulous network for building community and providing a voice for scholars, with equality as a key driver, which is something that, the NOAM Chomsky Awards facilitate and acknowledge. We've been in the last 2 years in a rather interesting kind of situation, haven't we? COVID has, in a way, allowed us to see things that we've never seen before. One of the things that has always struck me about the last couple of years is that inequalities have become much more clearer. People here in Australia keep on saying, we can't wait to go back to pre-COVID, back to this normal. And to me, I think, the normal was actually not quite right, and COVID kind of showed us that. And it also showed us how important, global connections are. So many of us have been in lockdown. Melbourne has been, is known as one of the most locked down cities in the world. But at the same time, because of lockdowns, we've actually seen how important global connections are. We've seen how important connections to different people are. We've seen how diversity needs to shine whenever something like a pandemic, a global crisis hits us. So these awards are really, really very special, and I'm completely honored to be together with my fellow recipients, everyone from Hans, who's an inspiration, Elspeth is an inspiration, people who have provided young scholars, up-and-coming scholars, those opportunities, which I'm so happy to see, scholars like Sean and Anson and Joseph and Andrew, receiving awards for the wonderful work which they are doing and the wonderful work that they will be doing. And, so watch the space. I'm so really excited about that. One of the things that has always inspired me to do the work that I do is I think I'm a really boring person, so I need to tell the stories of others. And the migrant, especially the transient migrant, the temporary migrant, is always the person which we need to tell the story about. And people who travel to places where they have little or no rights, who are uprooted, who are unrooted, those stories need to be told. And with international students, we've moved on from talking about them in terms of study, in terms of pedagogy, but really we need to understand everyday life, because the social and cultural spaces that they occupy influences the way that they perform in terms of study. It influences the ways that they, their aspirations. And we need to actually find out much more about that. And I'm just so privileged to do this kind of work. I won't speak too long because I'm really looking forward to hear what my fellow awardees have to say. But thank you so very much for this award. And again, because of building community, one cannot receive an award like this without having a whole village around them. And I've been really lucky to have some of the best researchers to work with and some of the best international education practitioners to work with. And so thank you so much for this honor, and I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Well, congratulations once again, Dr. Catherine Gomes, and for your shining star achievement in transnational research here with Parallel Societies of International Students in Australia. Congratulations, and thank you as well, Dr. Lee, for that generous introduction.